Hi, this is Sherry Veronica, and this was a very long discussion I had with some brothers in Barbados and who are part of the Barbados Road Tennis Association. They like what's happening in terms of it being in different, well, all the communities in Barbados, but they think that there needs to be a constitution. It needs to be audited. The books and the accounts need to be audited. This is Patrick Craigwell, Frederick Blunt, and they're saying that Craigwell is the person putting his name on all the invoices, so Blunt isn't directly involved. Okay, this is a concern. Okay, and here you can see that there's a lot of talk about the president of the Road Tennis Association should not be selling tennis equipment. You know, they're thinking that they're getting enough money to provide this sort of equipment to young people in that particular club. And also, they're saying that the facilities that these young people play tennis at is free. It's not as though the association, the tennis association, has to pay to use a venue. So it's not money that is being like expended. And $20,000 was given to the association back in January, but they don't know where it is really. It's supposed to be there, but it doesn't look as though it's there. And sometimes people give cash money. I found that part hard to believe when people were saying, yes, it's true that sometimes they get like cash and they want to know, like, where is the cash? How is it accounted for? How is it being accounted for? So in essence, they want the Road Tennis Association to be monitored. It needs a constitution, and the books need to be audited, and maybe whoever feels that incentive to give cash to anyone associated with the Road Tennis Association club do not give cash, because you don't know how it's being accounted for. You do not know what's going on with that money once it leaves your hands. So to keep everyone honest, I'm not going to call anyone dishonest. If Frederick Blunt wants to call me, or Patrick Craigwell wants to call me and discuss, we can do the flip side of this. You know, there's always another side to every story. But suffice to say that Mia Motley, she got up and she said she was very pleased that road tennis was all throughout Barbados. And they're saying, I asked, was she lying when she said that? They say, no, she's not lying when she said that. But the road tennis groups are not being registered with KIPO. They're not being registered, and only 3 were registered in the recent years, only 3, and there should be more if they're really doing what they say they want to do and what is being said is being done. More clubs should have been registered, you know, on the books. Okay, so you can go through this. You can go through a lot of what is being said. Like I said, there was a lot spoken today. It was a lot for me, because I always wonder how people can get money and it's not being monitored. How do they have such carte blanche, like privileges, that they can just get money and they don't have to account for that money? It's absurd. Okay, so Patrick Craigwell and Frederick Blunt, you are in positions now that Barbadians kind of trust you. And what needs to happen to protect these men, because it's a sort of protection. There needs to be a constitution. There needs to be some sort of law, some kind of regulatory body, okay, that can watch what is going on within the Barbados Road Tennis Association, that whole club, and any monies that are given, it needs to be well documented so that when an audit is done, you are going to protect yourself, Frederick, and you, Patrick, you will protect yourself when that audit is done, because everything will be accounted for. So it's best to do things the right way. It's really good to do things the right way. But as it is now, as it stands now, people who are part of the Road Tennis Association, they're thinking that there's some hanky-panky going on. Put it to you that way. They're thinking that there's hanky-panky. They're thinking that the president, Frederick Blunt, should not be selling road tennis balls or rackets or whatever. They don't think that he should be doing that. He paints road tennis, the roads, the courts, and they say he's charging $1,100, sometimes $1,500 to paint a court, and it doesn't take that much paint. And the paint that he paints with, it's free. He got it free. They got how many gallons? 300 gallons. Can you imagine? 300 gallons of paint from a facility, somebody there in Barbados that would have that amount of paint to volunteer and to give away. Yeah, and they're saying that Frederick is using that paint, free paint, to paint courts, yet he is charging $1,100, and usually it would cost $250 to paint a tennis court. Okay, that's what is being played out. That's what's being said. You may not see it here in this writing, but that was what was being said in my conference with a group of males, a group of guys, and it just needs to be looked at. I guess they're saying that he's capitalizing on his position as president of the Barbados Road Tennis Association. He's capitalizing on that. And again, like I said, whereas someone would charge $250 to paint the tennis court, which is not something that they say, you just like mark it out and you have different colors, you know, for whatever reason they didn't think it should cost that much. They're saying that Frederick charges $1,100 to $1,500 to do it, and he also seems to be part of the Barbados Police Service. Is that true? Frederick Blunt, he's also a policeman, so he has a full-time job. So he has two full-time jobs, because this seems to be something that people really like, and it's going abroad. You know, road tennis is being exported. So yeah, it's something that the people in the group that called me, they said it's something that can really be, it has potential for the future. Road tennis has potential for the future, and they want to see it shored up now. They want it, like they want a constitution. They want a constitution, and they want eyes on the particular people who are getting money, and the monies need to be deposited into accounts. And you know, when you're painting the road tennis places, you know, that amount that you can get needs to be, you know, capped and whatever. It needs to be better organized so that when the potential is expanding and it's bursting through, when that starts to happen, you will have you will have that blueprint. You will have something that's there to make sure that everything is being done the way it is supposed to be done. You have those eyes. You have like gatekeepers. You know, you have people that watch things, and then the paperwork is handed over yearly or quarterly or whatever. It has to be handed over to an accountant so that everything is matching. Everything matches, and make sure that cash donations are something that does not happen. You cannot have cash donations. It's something that you have to get away from. Everything has to be accounted for. Okay, that is what needs to be done in this particular sector. And like I said, it's something that has great potential. That's how they see it, as something that has great potential, but it needs a constitution. Road tennis needs a constitution to keep these people, keep you, Frederick, and keep you, Patrick, keep you honest. You need to be kept honest, okay? This is Sherry Veronica.